Welcome to Synchro Workgroup Project Installation and Licensing Tutorial. Synchro Workgroup Project is normally installed in a Windows Server environment accessible to all users. It can also be installed in a Windows 7 or above environment and virtual environments. Instructions can be found within Synchro Pro, Help, Contents, the Synchro Server, Expand, installing the Synchro Server, and licensing the Synchro Server. These are the instructions we'll be going through today in this video. Our test environment is a Windows 7 virtual environment. The Synchro Server installation file is small, so the installation will be quick. On the screen we'll be selecting Next, and then agreeing to the license agreement. The installation directory default is here and can be changed as required. Next. Synchro Workgroup Project uses a database to store the data for Synchro master project files. The default location is here but can be changed. This may be required if you want to store the master project file database on a separate hard drive, which might be bigger depending on requirements. The port that Synchro Pro and other Synchro software connects to the Synchro Workgroup project is 1200 as default, but can be changed as required here. Next, and install. Installation is complete. You can see the README file if you wish. There is no need to start the Synchro Server or Synchro Workgroup project, as it has not been licensed or the config file hasn't been applied, so it will not start until those have been completed. Finish. To install, to license Synchro Workgroup project, we'll be running through these instructions, which will be to go to the command prompt, navigate to the installation directory, run a command which will generate a text file which needs to be sent to activation@synchroltd.com by email before you can receive your license file and config file. So on the server where the Synchro Workgroup project is installed, we'll navigate to the installation directory, program files, Synchro Limited, Synchro Server, and then run the command synchroserver.exe create key request synchro license.txt. Synchro server.exe create key request synchro license.txt file. That will generate the file in the installation directory. So navigate to that directory. You'll find request synchro license.txt file. We then send that to activation@synchroltd.com. They will create the key, the license key file, and provide a project license key in an email. These will be sent back to you with attachment of a config file. Inside the config file edit to view. As we go through here, we have the port default 1200. If you have selected a different port, this will need to be changed in the config file, and the directory of where the database is. Again, if this has been changed during installation, this will need to be changed in the config file. All these details are normal, and then you have your project name. And you'll have a project key which is tied to the name. These will be provided by Synchro in your license email. These details will be included in the config file received in the email, or you will need to input them manually. We'll copy the license file received and the config file into the installation directory. When installed, there is a default config.xml file created. This will have blank details in, so you can either edit that file before Synchro Workgroup project service is started, or use the one provided by Synchro. So paste there, as I said, will replace the existing config.xml file, and then we can start the service. In services, the service name is Synchro Server. Default, it is not started. Now that we have copied the config file and the license file, we can start the service. We'll change to started, and we can refresh to make sure it still stays started. If there is any error in the config file or the license file does not correct to the server details provided, then this will change to stopped automatically. You can check that the process is running in the task manager, synchroserver.exe running. Currently this is a blank project, and we can connect to Synchro Workgroup project from Synchro Pro. Open Workgroup project, 3 dots to configure. We'll add the project name as the one that's in the config file is provided. It must be exactly the same. In this example, training project, and the server location. This could be through the internet or on your local network. If it is through the internet, then firewall rules and port forwarding may need to be set up by the IT department. In this case, we're using a local. That is our local address. Okay. Default for any project is administrator with no password. Recommend to use force complete download especially on first connection. Okay, as this is a blank project file, it was very quick. It came up saying it was connected, and you can see in the bottom is green and connected. This is a blank project file, but we can now, from within Synchro Pro, we can start creating models or import, which will go directly to the Synchro Workgroup project for other people connected. Okay, that is the licensing and instructions for Synchro Workgroup project. Thank you.